Good morning friends. Welcome to our section Simplified. Here we are going to simplify each and every news which is going around you so that you get a better hang of it. This information is not only going to help you in any kind of exam you face in the future, but it will also equip you with better and basic information about each and every event which is going around in the world, which you can utilize for a better discussion with your friends and families in the future. So in today's section of Simplified, we are going to discuss about the recent super cyclone AMPHAN, which was originated in Bay of Bengal and has created havoc in the coastal states of India as well as Bangladesh. So in this video, we are going to understand that what is a tropical cyclone, how it is created, how and why we name these cyclones, and why it is being called a super cyclone. Well, looking at this news, the first question that should come to your mind is that what is a cyclone? A cyclone is nothing but a localized wind system having intensely low pressure at its center. This intense low pressure at the center allows the wind to come towards it, and because of the effect of the Coriolis force, this wind starts turning around this center and creates a vortex which is known as a cyclone. There can be primarily two kinds of cyclones. One is tropical cyclone and the other is temperate cyclone. This cyclone AMPHAN was a very good example of a tropical cyclone. A tropical cyclone will be the one that will be created within the limits of Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. These tropical cyclones are known by different names in different parts of the world. In Indian Ocean, it is known as the cyclone itself or chakravat. In Pacific, it is sometimes known as typhoon. In Atlantic Ocean, it is also known as hurricanes. And in Western Australia, it is also known as Willy Willy. Now let's discuss about certain necessary conditions that are required for the formation of these tropical cyclones. The first and foremost necessary condition is that these cyclones should originate over the sea surface, and the temperature of the sea surface should always be about 27 degrees centigrade. This temperature can only be achieved within the tropical region because of a simple reason that the sunlight is almost vertical over this region almost for the whole year. Here is a catch that you should always note, that within the 5 degree north and 5 degree south belt, these tropical cyclones will never originate because of a simple reason that around the equator, Coriolis force is zero, and Coriolis force is a must for the creation of this kind of vortex around the low pressure area. Now let's talk about the other important factors that are responsible for the origination of this tropical cyclone. The second most important factor that is required for the formation of these cyclones is the presence of low pressure center. Although this point is a bit technical, but I'll try and explain it in a simple manner. This low pressure center attracts the wind from all the sides, and that is why the air at this low pressure center starts uplifting. Along with it, uplifts the water vapor that has been created because of the high sea surface temperature around. As this air is uplifting, and because of the Coriolis force it is rotating, hence a vortex is created around this center. As this uplifting air along with a lot of moisture reaches to the line of condensation, here it starts getting condensed and hence start releasing the heat of vaporization. This heat of vaporization again adds to the sea surface temperature and starts more of the evaporation. This is the heat engine which is required for the formation of these tropical cyclones. And this is the reason why the tropical cyclones, when over the sea, keeps on gaining momentum, because they are getting the energy from the sea surface, whereas as soon as they reaches the land, they starts losing their energy, because their energy source, that is this water surface with high temperature, is cut off from the source. Once we are clear with the idea that how these cyclones are formed, now let's move on to the next question, that how and why these cyclones are named. For that, I have already created a video and the link to that will be provided on this I button. Once we are clear with this idea, we can easily understand that the name Amphan was a part of the list that was prepared in the year 2004, which was having 64 names proposed by 8 countries. And this name Amphan was the last name in that list and was provided by Thailand, and the real meaning of which is the sky. Similarly, there were few names which were suggested for previous cyclones, such as Fani, which was suggested by Bangladesh and the real meaning of which is the hood of the snake, or Cyclone Titli. The name was suggested by Pakistan. India has also suggested 8 names in this list, and the names were Agni, Akash, Bijli, Jal, Leher, Megh, Sagar and Vayu. But now there is a new list on the cards which is having 169 names, and these names are proposed by 13 countries. And the next name in this list is Nisarga, which is recommended by Bangladesh. Once we are clear with this idea that how these tropical cyclones are created and how and why these cyclones are named, let's move on to the next question that should have come to your mind while looking at this news, is that why this cyclone is called a super cyclone, or on what basis these cyclones are classified. So the classification of these cyclones takes place on the sustained wind speed. As the wind speed of this particular cyclone was expected to go beyond 220 km per hour, that is why this cyclone was being called a super cyclone. But as it moved forward, its intensity reduced, and hence it had a wind speed of around 185 km per hour, and that is why it fell in a category of extremely severe cyclones. But if we look into the whole classification list of the cyclones of the North Indian Ocean, we'll get to know that a low pressure area will be called a cyclone only if the wind speeds are above 61 km per hour. Below that, it is either called a depression or a deep depression. Above 62 km per hour, it is known as a cyclonic storm. And above 88 km per hour, we start calling it a severe cyclone. If these wind speeds move above 118 km per hour, this cyclone is start to be called as very severe cyclone. And if the wind speeds exceeds 166 km per hour, then it is being called extremely severe cyclone. And the last category is 220 km per hour, above which we start calling it a super cyclone. And this kind of super cyclone India had already faced in the year 1999 at the coast of Odisha. Well, this was all about simplifying the news regarding the super cyclone Amphan. I hope this will solve all the queries which are in your mind, and now you are better placed to discuss it with your friends. If you are liking our videos and these videos are helping you in any manner, please subscribe to our channel, like these videos and share it with your friends. Your support will be great motivation for us. If you are still having certain doubts about it, you can write your doubts in this comment section. We'll try and solve those doubts as well. Till then, thank you.